intragenerational. So may
So,
not mean
okay.
may not mean may not mean ancestral to that extent, but like say from my mother to me to my daughters, for instance. So intragenerational rather.
Yes, 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 definitely it is connected, because in previous session we were discussing about how women, when they are born with their uterus. So with that uterus they are born with the lineage, femininity lineage, through which they continue with lot of genetic or generational things that is coming down. So male they get with, from the male generation, that is father side, and female they come from the female lineage, that is mother side. So it is always there. So whether it is your mom, you, your daughter, her daughter, even they are alive onto the earth at the same time, there is a lot of things that is interconnected. Mm. It is. There is no doubt about that. You're on mute,
Thank you.
Amita. If yeah,
Yeah, thank
again,
you. Thank you so much.
yeah, you're welcome.
And also, I have been quite keen to look at epigenetics and neonatal psychology, and so I just wanted to understand about the concept of the child having getting beliefs and messages in the womb itself, right from the
Hmm.
time of how the conception happens, the intention of the conception, and then moving forward from there itself.
Okay. So generally, when we look into the therapies, when we are going through the therapies, client is here and they've they've been regressed and all. We see usually people going into, womb story. They go into the newborn story and they feel the way they feel to themselves. It is very important here. So what we understood with that, three things matters a lot for the blueprint of the child. So the first thing is when mother gets to know that she is pregnant, the first reaction of the mother. That is the first thing. Second thing will be, when the child, when the child, when she gets to know about the child and how she's expressing, how she's telling to the people that she's pregnant, that first expression towards pregnancy. And the third thing is how the child is welcomed onto the earth. So usually these three basic things creates blueprint of the child. Beside that, there will be many memories and many emotions and lot of belief system gets created in the womb itself. So the 9 months of the womb period is very important for the child, because child is taking everything into him or her. So this period is very fragile and important for the development of the child towards the coming thing. Whether the child is onto the earth for so and so years, it matters entire his and her life with it. So it is very important. So that is the reason people say when there's a pregnant lady, you need to take a lot of care. She need to have a lot of good thoughts, positive thinking. Everything is very important, because whatever she eat, whatever she think, whatever she's hearing outside, she's seeing outside, whatever she smell, everything is taken by the child as well. So that is why it is very important when the woman is pregnant and she carries a generation, that next generation, the downing is coming out through a mother. So everything in the womb gets recorded by the child. So it's very important. So basic thing is when she gets to know, first impression to the child goes when mother, the reaction of the mother when she gets to know that she's pregnant. Second, how she expresses. Third blueprint will be how the child has been welcomed. And in between that 9 months, everything is creating the belief system of the child. So this is how it is created, and this is how it is very important for the person. So rest of the life is depending on certain situation of the womb. Is it clear to you? You're on mute.
Yes, sorry. Yes, thank you so much,
Mhm.
ma'am. Also, just
Yeah,
wanted to
you're
know
welcome.
as that, of course, the belief systems are formed in the first 7 years of the child's life. I mean, 6 to 7 years. So these belief systems, then, you can go in, because I've been doing transactional analysis and the redecision therapy model.
Hmm.
So there is a time where you can relook at these decisions that you have taken, and you can do the script work and understand it and then look at redecision, how does the inner child work fit into this model?
Yes. So the belief system is not formed until the 6 years of age. Critical filter is formed. So critical filter is formed from 0 to 12 years of the age. So there are different stages for the critical filter to get formed. That is the main, the first stage is at 6, then it is at 9, and then it is at 12. So at 12, the complete critical filter is formed. And that critical filter is formed with the, according to the experiences and belief system of the child. So this critical filter, what the role of critical filter is to become the block between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So this critical filter, it divides conscious and subconscious. So your thinking is in your conscious mind, but your experiences are coming from your subconscious mind. So this critical filter is formed during this 0 to 12 years of the age, and especially from 0 to 6 years. According to the experiences, belief systems, the critical filter gets stronger and stronger. Maximum belief, it gets created in the womb. So it starts experiencing those things when the child is welcomed onto the earth. After that, it's he or she start experiencing it according to that. So suppose the first thought of the mother, oh shit, how can I be pregnant? I'm not ready for it. I think I should abort. So child is going through the rejection that is very difficult for the child to overcome, because this rejection is also a follow-up of the betrayal from the authority, and the authority whom the child is trusting and coming onto the earth. Hmm? And second thing is, when you think about how to go back to it and clear it up, the child need to go back into the womb story and understand what the child has gone through which the child is going through certain belief system. But if you really want to recreate the model, the blueprint of the child, that is very intense and fragile thing to do, you need to go to the soul plan. So it is life between life. So the process of that life between life, where the child was into the previous life, it could be any previous life. It is not necessarily the immediate life before the birth. It could be any previous life. In between, there will be a period where the child will decide what the child want to do after coming onto the earth, and how the child want to lead the entire year. So the child entire life is dependent on that one thing, that is life between life. The child want to experience certain things after coming onto the earth. So it will create and it will choose the people who will give those experiences to the child. And that abuses also include the same deciding story of the life. So if you really want to recreate it into completely into the deeper and intense way, go into life between life story as well. If you want to completely clear the story of what the child is going through. But if you just want to, reduce the intensity of the person going through, then you can tap into womb story. What was the thought of the mother and the parents and the environment when the child was into the womb? That is very important, because you're working on to very deep model. So I'm telling you how you deeply you can go and where all you can tap into this way. After that, you can see, okay, with that particular thing, the life between life. So that time when the child was deciding to come onto the earth to experience certain things, what was the parents' thoughts and what were parents were going through when they at the time of conceiving. Then what was the ambience around, what was the thought of the mother, her relationship with the father, and her relationship with the people around. So emotionally, what she was going through, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. After that, the how the child has been welcomed. So these things are very, very important if you want to completely recreate what the person is going through. And this recreation can happen if this was again pre-decided by the person, that okay, I'll be done with my experiences, then I will do something where I will overcome this and do something different in my life. So keep these points in your mind before you create anything for a person. And sometimes this can also lead.
So the techniques.
Yes, tell me.
Sorry. So what are the techniques that one uses in going into this? Is it hypnotherapy, or I mean, how do you?
First thing is, let me tell you one thing very clearly. Any therapy you do is equivalent to hypnotherapy, because what is hypnostate? It is a state where your conscious mind is, completely at the lower side, and your subconscious mind is getting equivalent to it. So the critical filter between conscious and subconscious mind is reduced. Hmm? So that is called as hypnostate. Suppose you love music and you go deep into the music and you feel that music into your soul. That is hypnotherapy. And if suppose you love cooking, and when you fall, when you're cooking, you're just enjoying. You don't think of any, being into the present moment and enjoying what you do and feeling that bliss is hypnotherapy. So what therapy you're going through does not matter. What matters is how you're connecting this both. Questions are here, answers are here into your mind. So questions are in your brain, in your conscious mind. But where are the answers? In your heart, in your subconscious mind. Hmm? So when you're able to tap your subconscious mind, that is the modality that is needed for the person. So either you can go through hypnotherapy, you can go through inner child therapies, you can go through regression therapies, you can go through constellations. So choice will be yours, or the person, individual whom you are connecting to. So some persons are very analytical. They don't allow the things to cross beyond certain things because they are fearful to experience what already has happened to them. So for such people, usually what we do, we go for constellation therapy so that they don't have to experience anything. They're watching their life like a movie. So it gets easier for them. But some people, they want to feel, they want to experience, and their body, cellular memories has to go. So in that case, the person can go through inner child therapy, they can go through regression therapy, they can go through hypnotherapy. It's one and the same. So the point is going and tapping into your belief system, into subconscious mind, plus and minus files, plus what you've experienced, minus what you've not experienced. So suppose if you don't know how to be happy, so according to your subconscious mind, it is plus, right? So for pain is plus because you've experienced. If you don't know how to be happy, you have never felt what happiness is, so that is minus. So according to subconscious mind, it is a fear. There is a certain kind of threat. Okay, I never experienced this, so there's a threat. So subconscious mind doesn't know what is good and what is not good for you. It will just read the files like a system, and it will give you the experiences. So you should know how to tap into that. That is very important. Modality is not important. Yeah. The person can also do through meditations also. You're welcome.
That was very beautifully put, Dr. Kirti. I loved what you said, that modality is not important because most of us get stuck into modalities.
Yes, I see many people coming up to me, Deepti. They say that I'm looking for theta healing, I'm looking for inner child, I'm looking for constellation. You tell me one thing, even before knowing what is the issue, how the issue can be rectified, so how your body is ready towards it, how your mind is ready towards it, how your soul is accepting the energy. How can you say which modality is going to be perfect for you? So I think that the person need to be open to let the professional to understand what modality is important for them, or which modality can give them more results than any other modality.
I totally agree, because half the time at Heal Clinic we are just like kind of making people understand that they come to us saying कि नहीं, हमने ये सुना कि उस मेरी friend के साथ वो therapy बहुत अच्छी चली थी, हमको भी वही therapy चाहिए. Sometimes it becomes very difficult for us to explain to them why that therapy will not work for you and why it has worked for your friend.
So stop explaining them. Stop explaining them. Just say them that when you go to doctor, if you say, doctor, I have a fever, and you give me $650 because it worked for my friend, I will also have $650. I don't care if I die with that or not. So if there's a COVID patient and the COVID patient have a lot of body pains, the painkiller work for my friend, it will also work for me. It's okay. If I'm COVID patient, I can die with that. So how dangerous it can be, I'm telling you, the modality can be sometime if your subconscious mind is not ready towards it.
I totally agree. Okay, who's next?
So today's topic is how to let go. So I came up with the topic. So people can come up with the things where they feel that, it is difficult to let go, or certain aches and pains in the body. They have worked a lot, but it's not going, or certain emotions or certain experiences of the life, certain struggles, it's not going. If you feel free, you can feel free to ask towards that, or you can come up with anything.
Anybody has any questions around let go? You're struggling with some aspect of your life where you're unable to let go of something, a relationship, an emotion, a thought, some material thing, some any kind of attachment. Very surprised, nobody has. Okay, fine, then I'll ask.
Actually, I do find it difficult in letting go. I hold on to things. They talk about forgive and forget. I tend to I tend to forgive, but I'm not able to forget, and therefore then I'm not really forgiving. So it keeps coming back. So in the practice of forgiveness, sometimes it's difficult to let go, and I've realized that when I'm when I try to learn how to swim, and I realize that it's difficult for me to take my feet off the ground in the pool itself. So that's also not being able to let go. So really strongly holding on to things. So that's how
So
do I
how do
let
you
go?
feel?
Like even in
How
the meditation practices, for instance, also if I when they say let go, I don't know what to do. Like I don't understand the concept of letting go.
so you're not able to let go because you're not able to forgive, or you're not able to let go because you don't know how to let go?
I think a mix of both.
Okay. So the first thing here is, like, when we're talking about this let go of topic, first thing here is, as I was saying earlier this evening, everything that happens in our life, it happens for a reason. And everything includes the planning and the karmic story that soul has already pre-decided in life between life. Hmm? So when the soul is coming down for certain experiences, the soul has to have people around. So suppose one want to feel the story of humiliation. So the soul itself cannot feel humiliated. So soul need a body, and soul need a people who can humiliate the person, and the person can go through the process of humiliation. So emotion will be humiliation. After coming down onto the earth, when actually we go through the humiliation, we forget that we've chosen this, right? And what we do, we start blaming. We start blaming the people who have humiliated you. And with this humiliation, the basic core emotion was humiliation. Slowly it turns into anger. Slowly, from the anger, it goes towards resentment. And from resentment, it goes towards body diseases. Hmm? So if you understand, first you try, if you're able to forgive, let go of your anger and integrate your inner child. But even after that, if you feel, no, there's still something left, I'm not able to let go. Hmm? So you need to understand one thing, that you have created this particular situation in your life. So when you understand the larger picture, okay, I've created this humiliation because I wanted to feel what humiliation is. Now the point is, why have you chosen certain person to humiliate you? Certain person, certain situation to humiliate you. That that is where the karmic story comes in. So you have chosen particular person and situation because you might have done the same thing to the particular person in a certain way. So now the demand is, what I have given has to come back to me. So if I have helped someone and made that person feel good, it has to come to me where somebody will come and it will help me. Hmm? So if I have given pain to someone, it has to come back to me also. So the same person can come down onto the earth, and the person will say, okay, I will help you to get humiliated so that we are done with the karmic story. So if you understand the larger picture of your soul choices and your free will to choose certain emotion after taking birth onto the earth, it will get easier for you, because you will feel that, okay, there is no need to forgive also. It is just a role play. So in that way, what you can do is, you can just try to understand, okay, just sit quietly, say, ask to your soul, if I've chosen this, what next? Simply one thing. What next? Okay, I chose humiliation. I was not able to handle that. So I created anger. I created resentment. I created my body diseases. Now it's like more than enough for me. What next? So when you get to know what next, slowly, your anger will come down, and you'll be able to let go. What? Let go of the experiences that you've already experienced. Hmm? In this way, it will get easier for you to forgive and forget. Why? Because the point of forgive and forget is not needed only first place, if you understand the larger picture. But still, to satisfy our own ego, we need to forgive. So that time, if you're not able to forgive, if you don't want to go to the larger picture, then say one thing to yourself: is that person is worth to be in my mind, in my energy, because he has created something negative in me. So it is like equivalent to keeping a garbage into the house because it belongs to you. How far you can maintain a garbage into the house, and for how many days, how many years? Then you think the house is completely filled with only with the garbage. So keeping certain examples, or you have many ways, either keeping such examples in your mind, or just understanding the larger picture of the life, or understanding is the person is worth to be into my mind and take the space, and you know to leak the energy, my positivity, to the person. If yes, continue. If no, then say, okay, I'm ready to let go. Just say that point. You don't have to sit and, okay, let me breathe. I let go, I let go, I let go, let go. No, it won't happen. You have to just say, okay, I'm ready to let go. I'm just ready to let go. Just say that. Then you see how things will unfold for you. Start in a simpler way. Then slowly go to the larger extent. But if the people who are ready to go to the largest extent, they will tap into that automatically. So simple basic process: question yourself, write it down, write down your pain if you don't want to, or stand in front of the mirror, say to yourself, I let go. It's okay to let go. I clean my body from certain garbage. So start with simple thing, either mirror technique, writing down, shouting and screaming, going to some aloof place, and just start, give pain, give the sound to your pain, and start releasing it out. So there are many ways to do that. It will help you definitely. Try it out.
Okay, we have the next
Thank
question
you.
from Mariam. Resentments from previous hurt is hard to let go for her.
Sorry, Deepti, like she
Sorry.
was talking, so I didn't listen.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Mariam has asked that resentments from previous hurt is hard to let go.
No, it is not at all hard to let go. So when you're talking about previous births, so the thing is, like, when a person is holding something from the previous birth, first of all, it is not called as resentment. It is carry forward of the emotion that is coming down, and you recreate the experiences into the current life as well. So, and this will happen only when, if you are not completed your lessons. It's like, if you didn't study for the exam, you fail and you have to repeat the same class. So you're repeating the same sort of life with the same experiences but different characters. So experiences can carry forward, emotions can carry forward, and you have to recreate everything now. Resentment happens only and only in this life. It can be from your lineage, it can be from your parents, you can also pick it from your surrounding, whom you were closer to, and you can create for yourself. But coming from the past life, it is not possible. Does it answer to your question?
Okay, I think she has dropped off for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
next
there
is
was
Namita.
Seema.
Next is Namita. Namita, you have a question?
Yes, hi, Deepti. Good evening, Dr. Kirti. So
Yeah, good
I
evening.
have been, Hanji, I've been listening to you. So my point is that isn't it a natural process? Because like the more I tell myself to let go, the more I get worried about the artificialness of the entire thing. Like, isn't it supposed to happen naturally with my awareness and with my life experience?
Yeah, that is what I was explaining right now, that when you understand the larger picture of life, that you have come down for experiences, then obviously it will go naturally. But when you're holding on to it and it is creating difficulty and it is creating sufferings or maybe, diseases in the body, then it is not natural. So somewhere you need to let go of certain things that will stop further, the further problems in the body. Hmm? So if it is natural, you won't face the difficulty. It will go naturally, happily, beautifully, it can go. So if it is not happening, then for those, it is needed to let go completely what they are holding on to. Thank you.
So we have Ritu asking, how do we understand our soul's plan and learning? How do we exactly know what our purpose in life is?
Okay, so first of all, there is a difference between soul plan and the purpose of the life. Soul plan includes everything, whether it is purpose of the life or whether it is the soul learning or life learnings towards it. So how to understand that is, when you do something for someone else, or maybe something that really makes feel, you yourself are feeling very good about it. It could be your soul purpose. Hmm? Soul purpose that you do something. And soul plan here is like, suppose if you are feeling very happy, if you're feeling very sad, if you feel that, you're feeling very low in the vibration, you're feeling very high in the vibration, or if you feel that, you are not feeling safe or you're feeling very safe, any emotion that you go through is soul, you know, plan towards it. So there is a plan of the soul towards the entire lifetime, what you're going to do. But soul purpose is something that you have come down and you've decided to do something for onto the earth. So it could be very huge, as it could be, worldwide you will be known for that, or it could be something in the family. So it has nothing to do with, okay, you're doing something very great for the world or doing very great for the family. So for an example, if the actor is born, so they become an actor and they entertain people. So entertaining people is the sole purpose of the life, but again they will have their own soul plans. How to understand that? When you feel good and happy and you keep on moving like a flow in your life, this is what the way is. And it does not mean that you doesn't have struggles on that. Struggle will be there, but you will know how to overcome the struggle and how to move in your life. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling drained out, you don't feel like, getting up and doing that same thing again tomorrow, then you're onto the wrong track. So very clearly, whether it is working for you, whether it is not working for you, but every day you try and you keep moving in your life, that is your soul purpose and soul plan. And this is how you need to understand, okay, I'm perfectly into the plan. And if you're feeling stuck, not moving anywhere, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling lethargic, you're feeling fatigue, and you're feeling that, okay, no boss, I don't have the desire and will to live in my life, then that is the point where you need to stop and question yourself, am I onto the right track? Best way to understand the difference between both.
Ma'am, can I say
Yes.
something, doctor?
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
the soul plan, according to what I have understood, is that it takes you out of the comfort zone. Supposing I'm a very good cook and I'm enjoying cooking, now it comes to be very easy. So that's something I have been doing it for my past life. So it's coming to me very easy. But I've been directed to become a teacher, and it's difficult for me to become a teacher, but I'm been giving that chance again, but I'm not taking it. So that will be my sole plan, to get me out of my comfort zone and get out to become a teacher, because that is what I've come this life to learn. It takes basically our soul plan. Sometimes when we don't understand it, it also takes you out from your comfort zone and puts you there, throws you there.
So when you get again and again, when you get chance of doing something, and if you have come down to become, for an example, if you have come down to become a teacher, and you're not able to come out of your comfort zone and take it to, your career as a teacher, and you're not able to do, maybe circumstances, maybe you doesn't want to do it and all. If it is your soul plan and you are supposed to do that, no matter what, you will fall into it.
Yeah,
sooner or
it
later.
has to take you out of the comfort zone to bring you back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not out of the comfort zone. It's like about, you will get certain chances where universe will wait and see, okay, she might, this time she might do, this time she might do.
Yeah,
But suppose if you're not doing, so like how the parents will do, they'll push, go,
exactly.
get
Yeah.
out, do it. So that
But
is where the strictness of the universe will come, and
yeah,
you have to fall. So you will create, the soul will create certain situations around you that you won't be able to resist it.
yeah. So all those people are going to be like, chosen soul. They'll be the people with whom I have made my soul contract to pull me out of my comfort zone and bring me back to for what I've come
Yes,
here now for. So
yes.
beautiful.
The
Thank
one
you.
example I will give this with my client.
Yes.
Okay, so my client was always unhappy. Okay, because the so and so person, I won't say whether he or she also, the so and so person was not feeling very good being a gynecologist. Okay, so now the problem was, the person doesn't want to leave the profession, and the person is not happy also in the profession. So the person wanted to come and understand it, why I'm into this profession. I wanted to become doctor, but I didn't want it to become gynec. So no, they'll go through certain exams and all. Then I don't know the process, but they will get something or the other out of that. So by mistake, what happened was he got the field of this. He had no other choice to go with. So when the person was going through this, and we have done the past life regression of the person, and the person was regressed into the past life. What we have noticed is the person has killed so many people in the past, so many people in the past, because he was a soldier. In the past, he was a soldier. Okay? The soldier has to kill so many people on the orders of the king. And they don't have time to understand whether it is right or wrong. They have to just safeguard the kingdom. So it does not, neither comes into negative karma, not into positive karma. So it comes under duties. Hmm? Now the person has taken birth today. So today the person want to repay what the person has done in the previous life. So the person has to become gynec, and now he's giving birth to the people whom he has killed into the past life, or number of people whom he has killed.
This is so
Now the
beautiful.
person will be giving birth to so many people.
Yes, yes,
After that past life, trust me, the person is like, so happy whenever he or
yeah,
she is receiving the child. There's like some divine energy around.
yes, yes.
It's
So
going so
beautiful.
beautifully.
That's
So
so
Hmm.
lovely. My
beautiful.
goodness, yes, give me
So this is
goosebumps.
how it is planned. So the
Yeah,
person is not doing very great. The person could be an ordinary gynec, but he's giving wonderful life to so many people around.
now he's
So
found
it
his
is.
true purpose.
Yes, on to the purpose.
Yes,
So you
yes,
won't be neither will be able to come out of it, nor
yeah.
you will be completely
Ultimately,
into it.
yeah, the universe is going to ultimately push you there, no matter
And the
how much.
person is earning a lot. So money was not an issue, fame was not an issue, nothing was an issue. So there was a flow, no obstacles in between. The only obstacle was the person was not actually ready to become a gynec. Okay.
Mhm.
So that was the only thing. So for that, the person has come for the therapy. Hmm?
Wow, lovely, lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shall we start the meditation? It's 10.
Yeah, sure. We'll start. So today we are going to work on to let go. So when I start the meditation, I'm only and only going to address let go. So people who want to let go of something in their life, just keep that in your mind and start letting it go. So the meditation, the follow-up will be like, me taking you into the garden or the room in the same process. I'll ask you to call the person or the emotion that you're able to not let go. So suppose if you're not able to let go of your anger, you can call your anger there, either in the form of anger word, or you can form whom you're angry onto. There will be an exchange and there will be a let go. Very simple. So I'm keeping very simple into the meditations. Okay, and if one more thing, because let go is a very vast topic in itself, if person want to understand or let go, they can go for the personal things, because we have limited time here. Okay, all of you ready? Sure. All of you take a comfortable position. You can sit, you can lie down, but keep yourself comfortable unless and until you're not falling asleep. Hmm? Keep on relaxing. Just relax. Relax your mind, relax your body, and relax your soul. In this relaxed and comfortable position, just say to yourself, I love you. I love myself. I love my body. And I love being a human being. Just say to yourself, I love you. I love myself. I love the body I'm into. And I love being a human being on this earth. Keep on relaxing. Allow your breaths to flow into your body and relax your mind, body, and soul. Let go. Let go of stress, let go of tension, let go. Just be into the present moment. Feel the love for your own self. You're worthy of this love. Feel the love. And this comfortable position, allow yourself to be either in a room or in a living room. If you're not comfortable with the closed place, you can choose either garden or the beach. Make yourself comfortable there, either in a room or in on a beach or in a garden. Be comfortable. Relax. Relax and enjoy where you're sitting right now or you're standing. If you're into the garden, enjoy the greenery around. If you're onto the beach, enjoy the water. And if you're into your room, just enjoy being there. Accept yourself where you are and feel good about it. Now, think of one thing that comes first in your mind and that you need to let go. It could be a person, it could be emotion, or it could be a disease in the body, or it could be a situation. It could be a fear, or it could be any condition that you would like to let go right now. Think of that. It could be one, it could be multiple. Choice is yours. First thing that comes in your mind right now, what you need to let go: emotion, people, condition, situations, fear, doubts. First thing that is coming up, or any struggle that you're feeling, or you're feeling stuck. It could be anything. Allow it to pop. Understand what is that one thing or the multiple things that you can let go right now. It is okay to let go. You love your body. You love your mind. You love your soul. So, certain things are not needed that can spoil your energies. Let go. So, allow the thing to come and just be in front of you, whether in the form of word or the people or the situation or the emotion, or maybe the fear or the stuck feeling. And if you feel that is in your body in a form of disease or something in your body, just release it out, what has come up in front of you. So if you feel a fear and you feel the fear is in your heart, just see the fear coming out and getting merged with the thing that is there in front of you. Release it out from your cellular memories and let it go. Give it back. Create a ball of energy around you. a violet ball in front of you and put everything into that ball. Emotion, situation, condition, disease, fear, doubts, stuck feeling, or any people that you would like to let go. Anger, anything, just let it go. Let go from your body and dump everything into that violet ball. And this violet ball will also take away the thing that has popped up in front of you. Release it out. It is not needed. I love my body more than the garbage that I store into it. My ego is very important for my well being, not to store someone else or the emotions that is not serving for me. I let go. Put everything into that violet ball. Like a sponge, it will absorb everything into it. Let it go. And if you feel that there is a cord from your navel to the navel of that situation or the person or the disease, cut the cord from your navel and let it go into the violet ball. Release it out. It's over. It ends now. And in return, feel the sunlight above you. Take back that is needed. So, suppose if you have released any health condition, so take back your vibrant health and the well being of the organs and the parts of the body. And if you have released certain emotion, suppose happiness is needed back, and you have released sadness, if you have released the anger, so take back your happiness and your calmness, your peace. If you have released certain person, so what you have felt with that person, suppose there was a fear, so take back your empowerment and take back yourself, your consciousness in return. Take back, receive it back. And in suppose in the process, if you find the inner child popping up, so let go of what is not needed from the inner child into the violet ball and take back the inner child into you through your heart chakra, merge it into yourself and grow to the current age. Take your time and let go completely. When you are done, cut the cord from your navel and allow this violet ball to go into the sunlight above you and it will be recycled there. Allow it to go up, up, up into the sunlight and it will recycle there totally and completely. And in return, replace it with the positive that you lost during the process. And when you let go, feel the lightness in your body. See the weight going away that you were holding so much onto that. Appreciate yourself for being so courageous to let go. It's over. It ends now. When you're empowered and you have courage, that is the time you will be able to let go because you understand your worth of being happy. You understand self love. So there is no point in holding on to something that is no more needed in you right now and that is not serving for your highest growth. Take back your worth, your happiness, your self love. Take back your vibrant health and your ability to be integrated, to be happy and empowered. Now bring back these energies into your physical body where you are right now. And with each and every breath that you're taking now, allow this energy to expand into each and every part, each and every cell of your body. Replace it totally and completely. You deserve it. It's a right to be happy and fulfilling. With each and every breath you're taking now, integrate yourself. Integrate, integrate, integrate. Feel your back, feel your shoulder, feel top of your head, and bring back your awareness into the room. And now, when you feel right, open your eyes. Integrate, integrate, integrate. And if you wish, you can keep on repeating this process every night before you sleep. Bring back your awareness, and when you're ready, open your eyes. And if you want, you can drink water.
Thank you, doctor. That was really powerful. Anybody has any experiences to share? Did something unexpected come up when she said let go?
Or one thing what we can do here is they can, like, if they want, they can share in the group. They can record their voice, either voice message, or they can record, or they can text in the group, and they can be with it right now.
That's also fair, but we would really love it if you share it in the group, because then that also tells us that yes, we are in the right direction, and that we should continue with these things, because otherwise sometimes we feel like, you know, we are against a blank wall. So please do share in the group, and we will, as we were discussing in the group today in the daytime, we will be soon announcing a weekend batch, as a lot of people have asked for Saturdays. So I think by tomorrow or day after, we'll come up with the timing based on what most people have said that they are comfortable with. So if anybody is not part of the group, please do join as we discuss there. If you're coming up with a new batch or feedback from people or anything else. So I'll end the meeting here now and let everybody be with it. If you want to repeat this meditation, this will be put up on a YouTube channel by today's Monday. So by Wednesday, we'll put it up and you can access it there again.
And anything if you would like to discuss or share, and there's something needed to follow up, you can put it in the group so that we will look into it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Chalo, all of you, good night. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.